Have you ever felt like intimacy was missing something deeper, an essential layer beyond what we usually see and hear in the media? Many of us have been led to believe that pleasure is all about technique, often focused on physicality alone. But the truth is, real connection runs much deeper. It's about understanding, communication, and building a bond that goes beyond any one moment. In this video, we're diving into the overlooked elements of intimacy that make relationships thrive and help partners feel truly valued and understood. By watching until the end, you'll gain insights that can transform not only your relationship but also how you approach intimacy as a whole. Together, we'll explore the nuances of rhythm, the importance of listening, and the power of communication in crafting a more fulfilling connection. Before we start, take a moment to connect. If this resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think there's room to add even more depth to this dialogue, type 2. Your feedback is our fuel to keep exploring these truths together. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Before we begin, take a moment to connect. If this message speaks to you, leave a comment with 1. If you think there's space to deepen or enhance this dialogue, let us know with a 2. Your feedback fuels our journey toward greater understanding and insight. Now, let's dive deep into an often overlooked truth about intimacy, a truth obscured by media and cultural narratives that all too often champion a narrow, male-centered view of sexual pleasure. Society has fed us a myth for decades, suggesting that penetration alone is the ultimate source of female pleasure. This simplistic narrative not only dismisses the true complexity of female desire, but also places a burden on relationships, reinforcing assumptions that are as restrictive as they are misleading. True intimacy goes far beyond any single act. It's an intricate dance, a blend of emotions, sensations, and moments that interweave to form a truly fulfilling connection. For countless women, climax isn't simply a physical result of penetration. Instead, it's a symphony of layered experiences, each note contributing to the overall harmony of pleasure. While physical connection is a piece of the puzzle, the depth of female pleasure often rests in the subtleties. Gentle touches, attentive words, meaningful glances, and the unspoken language that flows between two people who feel genuinely seen. It's in these quieter moments that intimacy blossoms, grounding pleasure in emotional trust and mutual understanding. Ignoring these elements can leave the experience hollow, devoid of the rich, full-bodied connection that defines true closeness. Here, communication isn't just a helpful tool, it's the foundation upon which satisfying intimacy is built. One of the most common yet heartbreaking mistakes made in intimate relationships is the assumption that one knows what their partner wants without truly asking. Many rely on past experiences, cultural stereotypes, or even unrealistic portrayals from adult media, mistakenly believing these can serve as universal guides. However, the truth is that every person's body, desires, and sense of pleasure are unique. What may have been exhilarating for one partner could be entirely uninspiring for another. When we skip over communication, we deny ourselves and our partners the chance to engage in a deeper level of understanding and connection. Instead, we're left navigating with outdated maps, missing the opportunity to explore each other's hearts and minds in the profound ways that create lasting intimacy. Embracing this dialogue is an act of courage and vulnerability, requiring us to step out of our comfort zones and confront our own insecurities. For many, the thought of discussing intimate preferences brings feelings of shame, embarrassment, or even fear of rejection. These feelings can be rooted in years of cultural conditioning or personal insecurities, creating a wall between partners that keeps true intimacy out of reach. But breaking down this wall can be revolutionary. Simple questions, spoken with genuine curiosity and openness, can open doors to new levels of connection. Asking, "Do you enjoy this?" or "Is there something you've wanted to try together?" may seem straightforward, but these questions possess the power to invite honest conversations about pleasure, boundaries, and desires. They allow each partner to share their unique perspectives, creating a shared understanding that honors both individuals' needs and wishes. Imagine a relationship where conversations about intimacy flow naturally, where there's no discomfort or hesitation in expressing desires, and where each person feels empowered to be themselves, fully and authentically. Building this environment requires time, patience, and above all, an unshakable commitment to listening without judgment. When both partners feel safe enough to share their inner world, intimacy transforms from a mere physical experience to a deeply emotional and spiritual connection. In this space, the journey to pleasure becomes a shared adventure, a co-creation of experiences that celebrate each other's uniqueness. Consider the difference this approach can make. When couples cultivate this level of openness, they're not just enhancing their physical connection but nurturing a deeper bond that transcends the act itself. Over time, this leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful relationship, where both individuals feel valued, respected, and understood. It's about honoring the whole person, their needs, dreams, insecurities, and passions, rather than reducing intimacy to a mere physical transaction. It's a journey toward discovering not just each other's bodies but each other's souls, learning what brings joy and fulfillment on every level. So, let's encourage these conversations, embrace the courage to ask, and be willing to listen. Let's redefine intimacy not as a series of assumptions but as a continual discovery, where each moment spent together is an opportunity to know and love each other more deeply. In this commitment to authentic connection, we find not only pleasure but also a profound sense of unity that enriches every facet of our relationship. Let's celebrate the beauty of shared understanding, knowing that the journey to true intimacy is one of the most rewarding paths we can walk together. It's equally important to recognize that preferences are not set in stone, they're dynamic and often change with time. What brings pleasure to a woman in her 20s might feel entirely different in her 40s or 50s. As individuals grow and mature, their bodies evolve too, along with their relationship to intimacy and pleasure. Sexual connection isn't a static experience. It's a living, breathing part of a relationship that flourishes with adaptability. This is why continuous, open communication becomes the cornerstone for adjusting intimate experiences to align with the changing desires and needs of both partners. Now, let's dive into the often overlooked yet profoundly impactful element of rhythm in intimacy. When it comes to penetration, many men fall into a common misconception: the belief that maintaining a steady, fast pace will quickly lead their partner to climax. This belief is deeply ingrained, largely influenced by media and cultural stereotypes. However, for many women, what actually enhances pleasure is a variation in rhythm, a dance of slow and fast that creates a layered and textured experience. Constant, repetitive movement can feel monotonous, and rather than intensifying arousal, it may cause the experience to plateau. Imagine intimacy as a dance where bodies move in sync, each rhythm shift adding new excitement and anticipation, keeping the connection alive and electric. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Rhythm in intimacy is often underestimated, and yet it's one of the most powerful tools for enhancing pleasure. Many men may think, the faster, the better, but in truth, sexual pleasure, especially for women, is deeply intertwined with the art of rhythm variation. It's like a compelling conversation. It's not about speaking faster or louder, but about modulating the tone, changing the pace, and emphasizing certain words to hold the listener's attention. In intimacy, alternating between fast and slow movements creates a rich tapestry of sensation, allowing both partners to savor each moment. For many women, a slow, gentle beginning is essential. It allows their body and mind to ease into the experience, building a foundation of trust and excitement. Rather than viewing climax as the primary destination, this approach shifts the focus to the entire journey. The right rhythm can make the journey itself immensely satisfying, allowing pleasure to unfold naturally. Each change in pace, each variation, adds another layer of depth to the experience. Consider each movement as if you're crafting a story together, where every shift in rhythm weaves another layer of sensation and connection. It's not just about moving faster, It's about sensing when to change pace, when to pause for effect, and when to accelerate to heighten intensity. These subtle shifts not only enhance physical pleasure but also engage the mind, creating a heightened state of anticipation. That delicious, suspenseful feeling of what's next can be incredibly arousing, amplifying both mental and physical sensations. Imagine the potential of building an experience that is like a crescendo, each shift building upon the last, creating waves of pleasure that feel spontaneous and deeply connected. These rhythm variations become a language of intimacy, one that speaks volumes about care, attentiveness, and the willingness to fully engage in the moment. In this dance of connection, anticipation becomes just as exciting as the climax itself, as each pause, each gentle movement, and each sudden burst of energy keeps both partners fully present. Ultimately, rhythm is about creating a shared experience that resonates on both a physical and emotional level, turning intimacy into a beautiful and evolving narrative. As partners learn to read each other's cues and respond with openness, they create a space where pleasure flows naturally, not bound by preconceived ideas or assumptions. In this way, rhythm becomes a powerful tool, an unspoken language that deepens intimacy, heightens pleasure, and leaves a lasting imprint on both body and soul. Switching between rapid and slower rhythms of penetration creates a roller coaster of sensations that can heighten both emotional and physical connection, drawing you and your partner fully into the present. This dynamic shift keeps the experience exciting, allowing both partners to savor the anticipation of each new movement. While some women find pleasure in deep penetration, others may prefer a gentler, more controlled approach, focusing on shallower depths with adjustments to rhythm and angle. The secret here lies in experimenting with various depths and being attuned to your partner's subtle responses. Depth in intimacy is a nuanced concept worth exploring with sensitivity. Not all women find deep penetration comfortable. For some, it can even cause discomfort if not approached with the right level of arousal and care. However, when deep penetration aligns with the right moment and mood, it can bring an intense wave of pleasure, making it a powerful component of intimacy. This is an area where communication and experimentation are invaluable. Adjusting depth and rhythm in response to your partner's comfort and arousal levels can create a deeply personalized experience, turning each encounter into an exploration of mutual pleasure. Different sexual positions also play a significant role in the experience of depth. Certain positions allow for more profound penetration, while others offer more controlled, shallower options. For example, positions like missionary provide a degree of control that allows you to adjust the depth, while others, like doggy style, tend to result in deeper penetration. As you explore different positions, pay close attention to your partner's reactions. If she appears uncomfortable, hesitant, or not fully at ease, it may signal that a gentler, shallower approach is preferable. On the other hand, a positive response to deeper penetration might indicate that you've found a rhythm and depth that truly resonate with her. Understanding depth as it relates to position adds a layer of adaptability to intimacy. Positions that allow for greater control, such as missionary or spooning, give both partners the flexibility to adjust according to comfort. Conversely, positions that naturally encourage deeper penetration, like standing or doggy style, may provide different sensations, catering to varying preferences. Experimenting with positions is not just about variety, it's about discovering new ways to create pleasure and align with your partner's desires. By allowing each position to open doors to different depths and angles, you cultivate a richer, more responsive experience. Now, let's talk about positions and how they add versatility and excitement. Changing positions during intimacy is a wonderful way to keep things fresh and engaging, allowing both partners to explore new angles and depths of penetration that can stimulate different sensitive areas of the body. For example, missionary, one of the most common positions, offers the benefit of direct eye contact and closeness, but may not always provide optimal G-spot stimulation. For this, positions like the cowgirl or side-by-side offer angles that can target the G-spot more effectively, providing sensations that are particularly satisfying for many women. Each position brings its unique benefits, with some enhancing physical closeness and others allowing more freedom of movement. Trying a mix of positions, even within the same encounter, creates an experience that feels varied and unpredictable. Imagine the pleasure of alternating between positions that allow for deep connection through eye contact and positions that provide a sense of playful exploration. These shifts in position aren't just physical. They open opportunities for emotional intimacy, building a bond that feels both exhilarating and deeply comforting. By tuning into your partner's reactions, her facial expressions, sounds, and body language, you can learn her unique preferences, shaping each experience to make it uniquely fulfilling. This level of attentiveness can be transformative, allowing both of you to explore depths of pleasure and emotional connection that feel endlessly rewarding. The journey to creating a satisfying, intimate experience isn't about following a specific formula. It's about staying present, open, and responsive to each other, allowing every moment together to become a beautifully tailored experience. Now that we've explored the depths of true intimacy, what resonated with you most? What's one thing you learned here that you'll bring into your life and relationship? Share it with us in the comments below. And if this video helped you see intimacy in a new light, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into creating meaningful, lasting connections. Thank you for being a part of this journey toward greater understanding.